Boop.
Bloop. Alright. Hopefully that does the trick. Okay, so though, step at a time, we were on the staircase, right?
Yes, we were on the staircase. We solved something else. So last time, I remember... I don't remember... Last time we talked with Beth? What was her name?
Was it
I
Beth?
don't
Because,
remember.
like, she was like, I'm an old person and I will die anyways, or something like that. Is that the conversation?
Yes, and we theorized that she has dementia and her son's dead.
Gotcha, yeah,
And and her contact cannot be her son. And she's just willingly buying into the delusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
okay,
she very willfully, yeah. And then we solved a puzzle.
Woo! Hi, Alice. Yes,
Anyway.
it has been a long time. Welcome in. I know we like to wildly, like, guess every week, like, what the heck's going on. But, like, I still don't really have any idea. Like, it's all just out there.
Yes. They can't possibly be crazier than Uchikoshi himself.
Yeah.
And I have watched a completed playthrough of that video game in the past week. So, whatever Exit Corners decides to throw at us, you know what? It's fine. It's fucking fine. It's whatever.
You're mentally fortified against it?
They literally cannot shake me harder than Uchikoshi did.
Fair enough, fair enough.
It is actually impossible.
My biggest question, if you will, is there's one person that I follow, and so I've seen a lot of reviews for that game that say 9 out of 5, 9.5 out of 10, 4 out of 5, blah blah blah. But then there's this one person that I follow that's like, unfortunately, it gave me major ZTD vibes, and that's scaring me a little bit. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ZTD is it?
In what regard?
Well, they were saying that it was in terms of, like, plot twists and character writing. But they didn't get very spoilery on it, so I don't know. If you don't see it at all,
it's definitely one of those games that you have to play twice to appreciate.
Okay.
And we were planning on doing that anyway, right? We were planning on
I think so.
You're gonna play, and then when you finish, we're gonna stream it.
Right. And to be honest, I think that Uchi games just benefit from that regardless. Like you said in our DMs, it was just he just inundates you with so much information.
Yeah. I've been toying around. I haven't put anything on paper, but I've been toying around with the concept of very specifically writing a detective VN around the concept of biased information. Like, we have two protagonists, kind of like Aini, but one of them focuses on how, and the other focuses on why, and they come to very different conclusions on who the murderer is.
Interesting.
Depending on the case.
Kind of.
And then they try to work together to figure out, no, you're wrong because of this reason, but you can't possibly be right because of that reason. So it has to be this third party that neither of us considered because we didn't have the other information.
Interesting. Kind of sort of like an unreliable narrator thing? To a certain extent?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I can only assume that this review was made in the very immediate after effect of getting to the twist. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You're going to get to the big twist in the game, and you're going to be fucking pissed.
Oh no.
You're going to be pissed off for a while. You're
Is this a general sentiment or me specifically?
You specifically are going to stop playing and bitch at me. And I will say I told you so, and you will get mad at me for saying that I told you so.
Fair enough.
But you'll cool off. You'll cool off. And you'll look at it again. And like I'm a sucker for this shit. And I don't.
Okay, fair.
I'm like, you know how some people played ZDD and they were very disappointed, and then they went back to ZDD and they're like, oh no, okay, I guess this was fine. I loved ZDD the first time I played it, and then I thought more about it and I got more and more pissed off as I went. In the immediate, ZDD was brilliant, so I am not an unbiased view on what issues other people might be facing.
You're like a nice contrast to what everybody else might think.
I can understand why people would be annoyed. I just think it's really cool and actually fucking hilarious.
Fair.
But it's not ass pulled.
Okay. Well, that's good at least.
There are enough. You're
basically saying that like it's like a usual Uchi game where there's like enough hints that you can figure out at least parts of it yourself.
Yeah.
It's not a very because Uchi's not a great because like if you follow the laws of detective stories, like there should be enough rules for you to figure it out all along. And he doesn't necessarily play by that 100%, but he does give you elements that could give you.
There is a portion of the twist that you can like if I very specifically said, hey, this one very particular scene, I need you to pay attention. And if you agreed to that, if you agreed to me pointing out one very specific scene, and if you let me talk to you, and if you let me point out a specific scene, you'd get part of it easily. That's right? Tempting. And then the other part you have no way of knowing, and it's actually kind of bullshit.
Oh, wow.
And it's so good.
But that's Uchi, man. Like, there's always gonna be something that you're just never gonna see coming.
Taken separately, if we view it as two separate twists combining into one for one mega twist, you can guess one or the other.
Gotcha.
But you won't expect both of them because you'll be convinced that it can't possibly. Oh no! Of course, it has to be this, so it can't be that.
Gotcha.
There's a very specific reason I reacted the way I reacted in DMs.
Is this what you're talking about with you're like, well, I'll just wait till see what the next part of it, and then you were like, shit, I'm also right?
Oh!
Or
no, that was okay.
Thing?
So okay. For context, hi stream, hi chat. How are you doing? For context, I was watching someone play through, and the playthrough I was watching was going right to the climax, and I was talking to Kiki, and I was saying like, hey, me and Uchikoshi think very similarly, and we write very similarly, except in completely polar opposite directions. He drowns you, and I starve you, essentially. In our writing styles. Yeah. But because of that, I throw darts, and I never hit bullseyes. But I always hit 20s. I'm very good at that. I'm very, very good at guessing close to what the twist
darts.
is.
Is that like the really close number? My only experience
It's-
with darts is the VLR game, and I fucking hate that.
It was just math. Oh my god! Right? Nobody likes math in our server except me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to say you were the one math person.
I am the math person.
I don't know how that worked out.
I can always guess basically what the twist is going to be, but never exactly what it's going to be, because Uchikoshi is actually just insane.
You're like
He's
off
just-
by
he-
a few
he's
inches,
simply-
but the inches are into the negative and not on the ruler.
Yeah. He does not follow. He's brilliant in a sort of he's been doing crack for 15 years sort of way. Except I don't think. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think that's what's happening right now.
I mean, I don't think so, but yeah, if you just came out and said Uchi's been doing crack for his entire life, I'd probably be like, yeah,
there was something.
okay.
There was something else I said. I said, hey, one of Twist's got. I said like no. This was like very early on, or relatively early on, where I said, hey, a bit of information came out. I didn't guess it, but I'm not surprised. Right?
Okay.
And it's kind of like that. Like, if you told me that Uchikoshi's been doing crack for 15 years, I wouldn't have guessed that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Fair enough. Same though, honestly.
But yeah, warning to people playing Aine, you're gonna get to the twist, and you're either going to be pissed off or blown away, and there's no in between. There's just you're going to have an extreme emotional reaction, and I can't tell you if it's positive or negative. I can tell if Kiki's going to be positive or negative, but that's neither here nor there.
I can't wait to get to it because I am thrilled.
Anywho, this is a different video game.
Yes, inspired but very different.
Chapter 6, Celsius.
Time to dig out my Napoleon Dynamite frat boy voice. I'm not sure I'm clever enough to be of any real help.
Don't say that, Ink. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for. Aether has Ink to help her with a daunting task. I keep forgetting. This is so fucking loud.
Does it reset the settings every time you go into the browser?
It does.
That sucks.
It's at 5. The music is at 5.
And it's still blasting out.
Yeah. Is it fine on your end? Do I have to... Are you turning the stream down?
No, I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound that loud to me, but I'm also, like, hearing it, you know, through a couple layers. You were getting it directly blasted into your headphones, so...
Alright, sure. She wanted his help in proving that Scent was not one of the 5 contestants. Which is silly. It's very hard to prove something isn't something, you know?
That is true.
It's like infinitely harder to prove something is real than disprove.
Mm-hmm.
Ink agreed to help despite his own growing suspicion. He figured he had nothing to lose in keeping an eye out for anything compromising Scent may have left behind. I know we can figure something out if we work together. Besides, you're the only one who's willing to cooperate with me. If you don't help, then...
Hey, I never said I wouldn't help. Just don't get too hopeful. I don't even know what it is we're looking for.
Thanks, Ink. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Let's catch up with the others. We don't want to fall behind, do we?
I've come to the conclusion that the white part of her shirt has to be sewn into the green hoodie.
Yeah, you think so?
Because this would just be a modified lingerie set otherwise? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like, this has to be sewn in. It just has to be.
It would make sense. A lot of,
Like, I think What do you think about Boss's dress? Do you think she's wearing a black dress and then a jacket on top of it, or do you think that's just one piece of clothing?
I've always thought of it as like a dress and then a jacket on top of it, but I could see the argument being made for it being one piece of clothing, because there are a lot of, like, especially women's clothing that just like automatically layers it for you, and it looks like you're wearing like 5 shirts, but it's actually just one.
Yeah. After you.
So there's a boiler room just sitting at the top of that stairwell? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this might as well happen.
Yeah, very much.
The other contestants were scattered about the chamber. Liza and Beth were messaging their contacts while Ray was focused on the next puzzle. Ink approached him. You want something?
Sorry for taking so long back there. Did I miss anything important? Did we get a new recording from Sent?
Nah, no recording. No message of any kind, as far as I can tell. I'm assuming the door's locked. How's the puzzle going? It's functional, but I have no idea what the combination is. Sent didn't leave a clue this time, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to work from. It's right over there if you want to see it for yourself.
CDFKN. Huh. Did you already figure it out?
No. I just... Immediately, my mind filled in FKN as fucking, and then, of course, I defaulted to CD's nuts after that.
Oh my
god. My brain is very mature today.
Sense just trolling us.
CDFKN.
So, like, the title of the chapter is called Celsius. So, my brain says
Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. What's DNN then?
But I don't know what DNN would be.
No, brain. It's not these nuts. Stop it. I almost want to say that we're supposed to spell something, but...
But there are only 2 vowels.
Exactly. It's gotta be some sort of code or pattern. These puzzles are getting more and more confusing.
Yeah, this one's pretty fucking strange. I mean, without a clue, I'm not sure how we're gonna be able to solve this thing. Strange for Sent not to leave us one.
Did they not consider looking through the rest of the room? Like an escape puzzle?
I don't think these guys are very smart.
No. So far, all we know is that the combination is 5 or fewer letters long. So, that's a start.
What's the plan, then?
Beats me. I'm gonna mess around with the buttons for a bit. Maybe we should all work on it together? I'll pass. I'll figure it out faster on my own.
When have you done that, Ray?
He has not. He has not. I see. Well, what about Beth and Eliza? Do either of you have any ideas?
I'm busy.
Oh, Beth! Did you want to handle that?
No, thank you. I can manage on my own.
Oh, come on, guys! We need to stop being so distrustful of one another. The idea that Sent is one of us, that's just ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Aether, but do you have any proof that Sent isn't one of us?
Here. Well, no, but do you have any proof that Sent is one of us?
Concrete, irrefutable proof? No, I don't.
Well, then neither of us can disprove each other's claims. So,
Oh, please. It doesn't work like that, Aether. If If you think for a second that I'm going to do anything other than what's safest for me, you're mistaken. I don't care how little proof I have, I'm not going to satisfy Sen's twisted ego by playing exit corners the way he wants me to.
Look at me. I know what the word contrarian means.
Paranoia at its finest.
What's with that looking? Don't tell me others filling your head with this garbage.
It's not like that. I just think that...
Oh, I don't give a shit what you think. I expected better from you, that's all.
But, like, how could Sen just be one guy? We already had this conversation.
We did.
Well, I guess it was more of a money thing than a work thing, but still. Isn't that just a little far-fetched? Too much work went into this place to be the work of a single person.
You're right. This is the work of 3 or 4 people minimum. That doesn't change a thing. For all I know, I'm the only person here who isn't in on this. Is that really what you think?
Please, Aether, stop this. You're doing more harm than good.
So we know that Beth is, like, borderline suicidal, right?
Yeah, basically.
Ray is paranoid and Liza is a brat.
Yeah.
And those are the reasons why no one is willing to do anything. And it's not like we can, like, social foo our way out of those.
Social foo?
It would take, like, actual concrete proof that all of us were kidnapped and not part of it.
Yeah.
And even then, just to be contrarian, make it very easy to go like, oh, well, this is planted.
You could have faked it.
Yeah, it's...
In case you've forgotten, Scent refers to us as contestants.
So? That's just a name.
There's meaning in a name, my dear, and I believe that Scent is telling us something. We aren't allies. We're opponents.
Oh, so I should solve the puzzle and leave you to dry then. I'm very okay with this.
Let's just continue playing this game slowly and safely. Don't go wandering off alone, and don't turn your back on your fellow contestants for too long. It's the only reasonable thing to do.
These are contradictory statements.
Yeah, I mean...
We're opponents. Here's how I'm trying to help you. But we're opponents.
Yeah, it does feel a little
We're not
too,
allies.
like...
But I'm helping
still
you.
work
But we're
together.
opponents. The others had nothing to add. Beth put her back to the wall and returned to her Gemini. Why does everyone have to be like this? Scent can't be one of us. There's no way.
It's alright, Aether. Let them be for now.
Why does it sound like she doesn't actually know Scent's identity? Like, and, like, knows Scent through, like, a messaging system or something, right?
Yeah, it
Like,
feels a
through a
little
forum?
vague. Like, she's like, yeah, it's like a, oh yeah, FB's a girl, because I just assumed she's a girl. Type of logic.
Yeah. That... To be very clear, that was just catfishing.
Well, kinda, yeah.
That situation was a little different.
But like the
That was
leaps of logic being made.
That was catfishing and indoctrination, and very targeted and personal. This is
Yeah. Well,
probably
unless
that,
Scent
hopefully not
recruited
that.
her, and then yeah, I mean hopefully not. But if Scent recruited her, and was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw you in there with some buddies, And I'll be watching over you the whole time.
You won't get hurt, trust me.
Why don't the two of us have a look around? Maybe we could find another clue for the puzzle.
Alright. Two of them made their way to the tangle of pipes lining the wall and scoured it together.
I don't even know what we're looking for. I guess I'll just keep my eyes peeled for anything that appears out of place. Let's take our time with this one. We don't want to miss anything. This one specifically.
Don't forget we have a time limit. 24 hours seems like a long time. There's no telling how big X-Corners really is.
That's a fair point. And actually, that reminds me of something. Excuse me for a moment. It's strange. Sen told us there was a 24-hour limit, yet he gave us no way of measuring how much time has elapsed. My Gemini doesn't even tell time, which is pretty stupid. Still, that doesn't mean I can't use it to learn the time. I couldn't remember the guy's name, so I was like, Gary! And then it was like Sean, and I was like, oh. Hey, Sean, you there?
What is it? I haven't managed to break into your room yet, if that's what you're wondering.
No, that's not it. I was just wondering how much time has gone by since the first time I messaged you. Are we gonna have a time warp thing? Oh, okay.
About 2 hours, I guess? You guys don't have a clock or watches?
No,
Right, I
Sid's
was
kind of
Zephyr
one of those. What was that?
I forgot I gave this guy Zephyr and his voice.
Oh, yeah. Nope. What time is it right now?
About 1 p.m.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, message me as soon as you manage to get into my room.
About that. The door to your dorm is hella locked. Who do I need to seduce to get access to your place?
I think one of the janitors is legally blind and like 80 years old. You might have a reasonable shot with them.
Oh la la, ink gets spicy for once. But seriously, why couldn't you be a normal goddamn sophomore and live with a roommate? Decimate.
You're a resourceful guy, Sean. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Just to be clear, if I break your door, you're the one who has to pay expenses and not me, correct?
Yeah, for real.
Well, that's up, so say hi to Ava for me. Ciao, ciao.
Damn, 2 hours already? I guess time flies when you're having fun.
2 hours, 5 rooms. Sure, that tracks.
That's pretty good progress, actually.
Ink didn't message Sean right away, right? There was like a noticeable delay.
Oh, gosh. I don't remember, honestly. I think it was like fairly soon. I think he talked to Aether for a little bit first.
So it might be closer to 3, which is
Concerning.
interesting. But like 2 hours would mean that the game started at 11 a.m.,
Yeah.
which is awkward.
It's kind of a weird time. You'd think it would be like noon or something.
Yeah. Ink.
Sorry, I got distracted. What's up?
I think I found something. Aether pointed to a pipe not 2 feet above the floor. The valve on this pipe is loose. We could turn it clockwise if we wanted to.
It looks a little warped. Maybe it's just old.
All the other valves along this wall are sealed tight. This is the only one that'll budge.
That does seem a bit fishy. You might be onto something.
Should we, turn it?
Oh, gosh. Do you have thoughts and opinions on this?
It's a steam valve. We're going to turn it. It's going to open and pour steam, and that's why this chapter is named Celsius. Which means if we don't do it, someone else will do it, and it'll be infinitely stupider.
That's true. Okay, yeah, we should do it. Love that. You guys aren't gonna listen to me about my scent theories. I'm not gonna listen to you guys tell me not to blast my face off.
You want to be a bunch of contrarian bastards? Fine. I can be contrary too, goddammit. Ink thought he'd heard one of the other contestants chime in, but Aether was the only person standing nearby. So he shrugged.
Yeah, why not? Ow.
Ink knelt down and brought his hand to the valve, accidentally hitting his elbow on one of the larger steel columns.
Hey, don't touch anything!
I'm gonna touch it.
What are you thinking? You have no idea what's going to happen when you turn that thing.
Yeah, that's why we're turning it.
No, but we won't know until we try, alright? Idiot! What if it triggers a trap?
We are already trapped.
Yeah, true.
Did you forget where we are currently?
Unless, because, like, keep in mind, she was, like, yelling in the elevator, so either she has, like, massive claustrophobia, or something else happened in hers, that so maybe she thinks there's, like, other shit that happens. It might also unlock the door. But at what expense? I'd rather do nothing at all than be wrong on this one. Okay, if you do nothing at all, you're gonna fucking die here, Liza.
It looks harmless enough.
I bet those scanners in the other room looked pretty harmless, too.
Which scanners?
The ones in the elevators? Or do you not remember that we almost drowned?
It came up to our ankles. Barely, if that.
Mm-hmm.
You are... Oh, God. I'm not a fan of you right now. I know that's probably by design, but, like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, those ones.
It all happened so fast. One moment I'm messaging my father, and before I know it, hello, contestant. Wait, what did you just say? Wait, what did you just say? What? Why did you change your tone like that? Repeat what you just said. I was messaging my father and then said startled me. That's all. And what did he say? Hello, contestant.
Singular?
Yeah. Are you sure that's what you heard? Exactly what you heard?
Assumably, we heard something different, and we can't
Yeah.
remember because it's been a month.
Yeah, Jesus.
Plus.
Of course I'm sure. My hearing is perfect. That's a pretty adamant claim. Still, this is interesting. What's got you so excited? Didn't you hear the same thing? Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, about that valve.
Don't even think about touching it.
I'm gonna touch it. Too late. Yes!
Oh my god. You turned it?
Well, I was about to. Not half turn in, it just kinda...
Just fell apart.
Hey, look! Steam is gonna start spewing into the room.
Why would you do that?
There's gotta be a clue somewhere, and that loose little knob was too suspicious not to touch. More importantly, the look on your face is priceless.
You! Liza, before you start yelling at him, I'd suggest you take a look at the puzzle.
Have you not even done that much?
Huh? Not surprising.
It was difficult to read them from so far away, but a message had appeared on the screen.
Okay.
That's not... That... This is Kelvin. I think.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if it, like...
This is...
If this is, like...
This is Celsius, this is Fahrenheit. Celsius, Fahrenheit. Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit. I don't know what DNN are. I do not know.
So I was wondering about this because I believe it's been a hot minute since I studied this, but isn't 212 the degree that you have to get to boil water?
Yes. Which is 100 degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the freezing point of water as well.
Okay.
And then 100 degrees Celsius and 212... Yeah.
Because I don't use Celsius on a daily basis, I threw out most of that information from my brain. I remember, like, bits and pieces of it, but...
I mean, I only remember 0 and 100 Celsius because they make sense.
Yeah. So I remember that, like, 0 and 32, because 32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 in Celsius. I remember that. The 100 also makes sense. Did not remember that.
It's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit is like 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Or Celsius.
Gotcha.
Somewhere around there.
Familiar, yeah. Okay. So,
Alright, you know what? Hold on. Cool.
Okay. 0, 33, 100, 212, 375.15? That doesn't help at all. And why am I sweating all of a sudden?
Can I skip through this next bit of dialogue? The very predictable piece of dialogue about, oh my god, you idiot, why did you turn the valve? Oh my god, now we're gonna die in this horrible sweaty mess, and now we have to fill... I can read their minds, and I hate it. I would like to move past this.
Mood.
There's our clue. Does anyone have any idea what those numbers mean? I'm sure I'll figure it out soon enough.
Say, does anyone else find it a little hot in here?
Yeah, I guess it is getting a bit warm. Say, hey there. Yeah? Why don't you go make yourself useful and go prop the other door open? Oh, yeah, I can do that.
So, this puzzle...
I'll do it on my own, alright? Just leave me be and I'll have it done. I already have it done! I already have it solved!
And he says that, like, every time, and it doesn't happen. At some point, I'm less likely to trust him.
I'm very tempted to just sit here and die to prove a point.
Just to spite Ray.
Yes. It's like, okay, you do it. Have fun.
Why are you so dead set on doing this alone?
It'll be faster this way, trust me. I already have it solved. I already know the answer.
You can't know that. What's wrong with you? I was gonna say, she's not gonna be able to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong, Aether?
Yeah. Yeah,
What? Yeah, we can just skip.
Yeah. Ink is dying. Excessive temperatures. Beth is getting pissed off because Ray's being a dipshit.
Good for you, Beth.
Alright, KDCFN. KNCFD. Okay. I might be wrong on Kelvin. Maybe I just don't know what Kelvin is. Maybe Kelvin is over here.
So Kelvin's yeah, because Kelvin's 0 is like negative on Fahrenheit. So
okay.
if this is the boiling water point,
then Kelvin is over here at 373.
I
Sure.
think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think so.
Then DN
CFK.
CFK.
Nice.
There we go.
Did you?
I still know what DN are.
I was about to say, do we know what fucking metric that is? I'll have to look that up later.
I don't know what DN. It's not. They aren't metric. Like Kelvin isn't metric. It's just a unit of measurement, or not a unit. It's a standard for measurement.
Yeah. They're different units of temperature. I lined them up with their boiling points. In Celsius, water
Celsius. Okay, cool. We knew this. We had this information.
Yeah.
Yes.
I sort of
guessed the other two.
Well, it looks like I'm right.
Accurate. Oh no. They're gonna be made of pseudoscience words. Starting with D and N.
That's the door. I think it's unlocked.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Right. It's hot.
Fucking hot. Dumbass.
This door is fucking hot.
For heaven's sake, stand aside. Have you burned off all your handprints, Beth?
Yes.
Beth is metal as fuck.
Beth held the door open with her foot as the other contestants inconcluded ran it through.
Ooh, this is cool.
Beth hurried through the door herself before it closed with a loud thud. The damp passage offered instant relief from the grueling heat of the boiler room. Ink stumbled over to the nearest wall and leaned against it. The smooth stone was welcomingly cool. He watched Beth as Beth alternated between blowing out her palms and placing them on the cold stone wall.
She must have burned her hands when she opened that door. Adrenaline trumps pain, I guess. Idiot! Oh. Listen, I don't like Liza, but Ray deserved that. Not specifically for the handle thing, but just because he's an idiot.
He hasn't done anything wrong in the past few minutes, but he deserves a few slaps.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, did she just slap Frey across the face? Ballsy. I guess that's one way to get everyone's attention. You'd better apologize this instant.
Apologize? For what? You're the one going around slapping people.
You almost got me killed. I made it very clear that nobody was to touch that valve. Of course, you had to go ahead and act like a 5-year-old. I don't know why I expected anything else.
She reminds me of Angelica from the Rugrats, which is funny because she's saying that he's acting like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
If I hadn't turned the valve, the clue never would have appeared, and we'd still be stuck in there.
We might have been able to find the answer without the clue. We wouldn't have had to put ourselves in harm's way.
And how do you suppose we would have accomplished that? There were thousands of possible combinations. Unless you're saying you already knew the answer. Sent.
You think I'm sent? Where the hell do you get off?
Spit flew from Eliza's lips as she yelled. Instinctively inked a few steps back, though there wasn't much room to move.
You can't blame us for suspecting you, Liza. It was you who suggested that Scent is one of us in the first place. I can't help but wonder if that was to draw attention away from yourself. Nobody asked for your opinion, thanks. Watch your tone when speaking to me, young lady. You've done nothing but mule and complain since the moment I met you.
Grandma finally loses her cool. This shit's hilarious.
Grandma? Only my actual grandchildren have the right to call me that.
Beth's eyes narrowed and her breathing grew heavy. Ray's comment had made her angrier than Ink thought possible.
My, look at you. You pretend to be all calm and in control, but really you're just a senile old hag. No wonder your son doesn't want to talk to you. What a silly reason to throw a tantrum. You'd best get your act together, Grandma.
Who's the 5-year-old again?
For real. You. Jeez,
Even
Beth
better.
is joining in. This is turning into one huge mess. They'll be at it for a little while, I bet. This might be my chance.
To go away and go do something else?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's like chance to
Let's
do what?
do that. Let's just
Just leave.
go away.
Hey, Aether.
Aether, like Ink, had been watching the argument unfold from the sidelines. The infighting seemed to upset her, but she made no effort to intervene. Yeah?
Can I talk to you for a sec?
Is now really the best time?
Yes, but we can't talk here. Come with me. Back into the giant boiler room.
Wait, you aren't going back in there, are you?
We need to talk privately. There's only one place we'll be able to do that.
But it's still boiling hot in there.
I need you to trust me on this one, Aether. You do trust me, right?
I'm going to be very upset if we're sent. I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah.
I do.
Thanks. I'll make it as quick as possible.
Ink shoved the door open with his jacketed arm, not daring to touch the iron with his bare hands. The room, while still muggy, had cooled ever so slightly. Walls, wires, and pipes alike were dripping with condensation.
I guess the room is designed to cool itself after we've solved the puzzle or something.
Aether, exhausted, stared at Ink in confusion. So, why did you want to talk to me?
I have a favor to ask. It's important.
Okay, but why ask me here?
I want to avoid someone. Even now, I'm not sure how safe we are, but it's worth a shot. Be as quiet as you can, okay?
Sure thing. Super quiet mode, activate.
We don't have long, so I need your full attention. Pay careful attention to what I'm about to tell you. Oh god. Do you think he's gonna fake being sent to, like, calm people down and get them to work together?
Oh god. Oh god.
Maybe the bleeding was he's dying of a brain disease and he needs a brain transplant, so this whole thing is to test who has the best
Liza
brain.
didn't see scent.
Why is what?
Liza didn't see scent in the elevator. Like, at all.
Oh. So it was just drowning and she didn't know what was happening. That's why she was freaking out.
Yeah.
And it didn't give her the puzzle either, you think, maybe?
Scent didn't appear. Like, Scent's greeting is very formal. And it's not, hello, contestant. It's very formal, very general, and very, like, if we went back to chapter 4, I think we would get the exact, wording.
Yeah.
But I will bet you anything that is not hello, contestant.
Yeah, I believe that.
Which means it's Liza that Ink is avoiding right now.
Interesting.
And now we're going to start chapter 7, and we're going to be walking back out of the boiler room. And
oh shit.
Aether is going to have hidden information.
Dang. Makes sense, but dang. So you think he's gonna try to trap Liza into revealing something?
Yeah. The contestants had been fighting.
The girls are fighting!
Following a close call in the boiler room, Beth, Ray, and Liza were at each other's throats. As he watched from the sideline, Ink was struck with an idea. He convinced Aether to join him in the room where they nearly died moments before. It was still miserably hot, but Ink had a request for her, and he couldn't ask her anywhere but there. So, what's the point of that, exactly?
Please, Aether, I need you to trust me on this one.
What if they get the wrong idea? He is going to pretend to be sent.
Gotcha.
God.
As long as my suspicions are right, they won't judge either of us.
You are dumb.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like where this is going. In terms of plans.
And if you're wrong?
Then I'll tell them I put you up to it. Don't worry, I'll be the one to take the fall. Oh, he's gonna have Aether pretend to be sent, maybe?
Okay, I'll try to be gentle.
No, Aether, as hard as you can, okay? It's got to be loud. Or she's slapping somebody?
I don't understand. Why can't you tell me what's going on?
I'm sorry I can't tell you anything right now, but you're the only person I could trust with this. This will all make sense soon, I swear.
You're making it hard for me to trust you, Ink. I hope you know that.
I know, Aether, I'm sorry. Once our opportunity presents itself, you need to go for it right away. Don't hesitate at all. You hear?
I'll do my best. That's all I can promise.
I'm counting on you, detective.
So, can we head back then? It's still so hot in here.
And all of these people are dressed in winter clothing. Yeah, we're done here. Sorry for dragging you back in.
Ink pulled the burning hot door back open. The other three contestants were eerily quiet. Ink couldn't help but think that he had missed something important. Please have a better excuse than I had to talk super secretly with Aether without the three of you around. Please just complain about them bitching. Please. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is just say, the three of you were bitching so much, I needed to get away from it, and Aether followed. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. And they'll be suspicious, but it'll be understandable. Don't fuck up. Please don't be a fuck up, Ink.
Well, at least they've stopped fighting. Did, anyone have a look at the puzzle yet? Ray? Come on, you're usually the first one to try and solve it.
Say, Ink. What were you two doing back there exactly?
Huh? Oh, nothing? Nothing? Anyway, we gotta get started.
I needed you to be anything but this.
It must still be deathly hot in that room. There's no reason to head back in there. Unless...
Unless three people were bitching abnormally loudly in this room. And it was more comfortable in the boiling hot room than it was in here. I don't understand why this is hard to get out.
Unless what?
Do I have to spell it out for you?
You think I'm sent, don't you? Either you or Aether or both of you.
You've both been pretty quiet since Liza suggested one of us was sent, and you've put a lot of effort into trying to convince us otherwise. Looks to me you're just trying to avoid suspicion.
Oh, come on. We leave the room for 5 minutes and you all think we're the ones behind this? That's insane. All we're asking is that you tell us what you two are doing in the boiler room.
No! Fuck you!
And if I refuse?
If you refuse, I'm throwing you back in. You can't do that! Of course it can. I'll muscle the two of you easy. Keeping the door shut won't be a problem either, considering how hot the handle is on the other side.
You're seriously threatening to throw us back in there? The rest of us have all agreed to it. We aren't going to let the two of you stab us in the back.
No, you're just gonna stab each other in the front.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You seem like good kids, but it's clear you're keeping something important from us. So please, just tell us what it was you were up to. This isn't good. If I tell them here, it could ruin everything. I just need a little more time. What about Liza, huh? What about me? She's hiding something too, and you don't seem to be threatening her. Don't try to change the subject. See, look how quiet she is. If you're going to pressure her for answers, then I don't see how you can justify pressuring Aether and me. Liza is different. Different? Ray, you said yourself that Liza just screams suspicion.
I'll deal with Liza later.
Why are they ignoring Liza all of a sudden? How about this then? Let us help you guys solve this next puzzle. The moment we enter the next room, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Right, Aether?
Yeah. Please, guys, just give us a little time. Now, why the hell would I agree to that?
In the worst case scenario, you'll at least be one puzzle closer to getting out of here. And in the best case scenario, well, we'll see.
Please, Ray. Just be a little patient. Fine. Try anything funny, though. I'm tossing your ass back into that oven.
You aren't going to talk it over with Beth or Liza?
I don't need permission from seniors or 15-year-olds.
I'm 18, thank you very much.
Whatever.
That's enough. Time's a-wasting. Let's get started on the puzzle. Alright, we might get a chance after all. I can't screw this up.
Repeat the words. Use at least 2 different tiles. At least 2? Up, right, down, up, up. Up, right, down, up, no. What? I refuse to talk to any of them right now. I simply do not want to.
No, that's fucking valid.
Jesus Christ, this is so infuriating. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. There aren't many positions that you change. Okay, so this... I know what the 5th one is. I know what the 5th one is supposed to be. All right. 1 in 4 repeat. 1 in 4 repeat, and I'm certain that 5 is this tile here.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
This could be the second square here. There isn't anything cut and clear to represent bottom left. Wait, this can represent bottom left, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Top half. Bottom left here. This is bottom right. So what does... This is top, right? So these two would be... These two? So it's the first position. God damn it. I will talk to Aether.
I was gonna say maybe Aether.
Hinkai. I really don't want to get thrown back in the boiler room.
Me either. Just remember what I told you and everything should work out.
But what if, you know, I don't get the opportunity? Maybe we should just tell them.
Tell them? Is there something you two want to share with the rest of us?
Not while she can still run.
No. Aether's just fooling around.
Right, just fooling around.
Are you absolutely sure about that? We've got nothing to tell you. Not right now. So be it. Damn. I don't suppose I'll be able to speak to Aether if we could be heard so easily. I'm just asking about the puzzle. I'm not trying to, like, fucking brainstorm.
Use at least 2 different tiles. Oh. No, that can't be it.
Hey.
What the fuck?
Interesting. There we go. Puzzle solved. Now I just cross my fingers. Did anyone else find that puzzle strange? What about it do you find strange? It wasn't a riddle, not like the other puzzles.
Just basic pattern recognition.
Seemed like a riddle to me. Perhaps a tad, but this one seemed more grounded in logic than the others. It was less abstract.
You found logic in that bullshit?
Yeah, for real.
That's right. It did feel different, kinda.
You think there's something about it that went over our heads?
Maybe.
Hi, Eamon! Stop to throw my sub before I go to bed. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Kay. Thank you, Eamon. Thank you for the resub. Very sweet of you. Holy crap.
Hello,
18
hello.
months. What the hell? What the hell? Have a good sleepy time, Eamon.
Rest well.
Long weekend after tomorrow's shift. Ah. Whew. Thank goodness for that. Long weekends are the best.
Well done, contestants. Well done indeed. This marks the end of the preliminary testing phase. If you've made it this far, then you've all been making excellent progress. I applaud you for showing such determination and wit. It should be noted, however, that Exit Corners is far from... Yeah.
Okay, good night, Alice.
Good day. The next chamber you will enter. Sagadu's feet exaggerating a little.
Aether, what's the matter with you?
I didn't, Aether, flustered, was apparently having difficulty explaining what she had just done. Ink smiled at her.
It's okay. You could tell them.
Ink told me to hit him. I swear it wasn't my idea.
Is this true, Ink? I'm not sure what the second choice would imply.
It would imply that he's antagonistic towards them.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess just it is then. Because they're kind of being bitches, but it is. Why would you ask her to do something like that? People are drawn to conflict, that's why.
What are you going on about? Even Ray hadn't noticed it yet. Ink couldn't help but smirk.
So, I'm guessing that Sent paused, even though he said these were pre-recorded messages. Maybe? I don't know.
Yes! That is a good observation. Yeah, go.
Okay. Conflict lies at the heart of any good story. It's what keeps people interested. It fascinates them. When Aether slapped me, she created an immediate, obvious conflict. Your human nature got the better of you, and everyone in the room turned their attention to Aether. Including you, Sent. I mean, you stopped halfway through your speech. I assume you took an interest in the situation, too. Let's be honest, these aren't really recordings, are they, Sent? You've been speaking to us in real time since the moment we woke up.
My. I don't suppose I'll be able to talk myself out of this one now, will I? What? No matter. I had planned on telling it to you eventually.
None of those messages were recordings.
That is correct.
Then you've been watching us the whole time.
That should be obvious at this point. Are you having fun, you sick son of a bitch? As a matter of fact, I am. Is that not the purpose of the game? You better fucking hope I never find you, or I swear to Christ if I put so much hurt on you, you'll wish you were fucking dead! Although I adore your zeal, Mr. Nandon, I believe I'm in much better position to be making that kind of statement.
So you know our names, huh?
Do you need to ask, my wonderful Liza? Indeed, I know many, many things. Oh, okay, so it's not that she didn't see Sent at all. It's that Sent's quote-unquote message was different for her than it was for everyone else.
And why would it be different
weird.
If it was recorded?
Why would it be different if it was recorded? Yeah. Alas, there are many things I do not know. For instance, Ink. How did you know that my messages weren't recordings? Truth be told, I don't expect you to tell me. I'm simply curious. Ink paused, unsure if he wanted to share his secrets with the person who had captured him.
Is there really any harm explaining at this point? I bet the other contestants want to know too. Well, the first thing that tipped me off... yeah, that's what I'm inclined to say. First thing that tipped me off were your pre-message announcements. You only reminded us that your messages were recordings when one of us tried to speak to you. I found it strange that you would remind us more than once. When we had stopped trying to communicate with you, the reminder stopped. Of course, this didn't really prove anything, but in retrospect, it was a little strange.
A very astute observation, Ink.
It was actually thanks to Liza that I was... Excuse me, Big Yawn. It was actually thanks to Liza that I was able to figure it out in the end.
Fascinating. Do tell, Ink.
Me? Yeah, you. You said something in the boiler room that really got me thinking. It was... Yeah, I was really thinking about how you'd rather say nothing than be wrong. Super. No, just hello, contestant. Hello, contestant. It all happened so fast. One moment I'm messaging my father, and before I know it, hello, contestant. But what does that have to do with anything? You seem pretty adamant that you heard Sent say, hello, contestant. However, when Sent spoke to me, he opened with, hello, contestants. Now, why do you think he would have used contestants when talking to me, but contestants singular when talking to Liza?
Because I was in the elevator with you, right?
Right. His pluralization probably wasn't even intentional. He just did it subconsciously because he saw that there was more than one person in the elevator.
He could see us, huh?
Of course he could. It's the only way he could have known which elevator had 2 people in it. Remember how we had to put our hands in those elevator scanners to get them to move? You're the only one who ever touched it. Any contestant could have gone in any elevator, and I could have partnered up with any contestant I wanted. The only way he could have known which elevator had 2 people was in it is if he had been watching us in real time.
Pressure scanners, but sure, that too.
It's a little bit of a flawed logic, but... Liza may have had her share of paranoid suspicions. She was right about one thing. Sent does have front row seats to this game of his. Hidden cameras would be the obvious guess.
Huh. No fucking way. You put quite a lot of faith in that small auditory slip-up, don't you think? It was the tiniest of differences. It could have easily been misheard by either Liza or yourself.
Well, Liza seemed pretty confident that her hearing was perfect, so I took a shot and trusted her. And hey, it was worth a try. Anything's better than constantly being on the defensive. Hold on. Sent, if you've been watching us, then why didn't you see Ink's stunt coming?
He's drawn to conflict and you 3 were
I was to say...
fit to fucking murder. I'm sure Ink could answer your question if he was so inclined.
Sent's attention was split. Sent's attention was split between 2 rooms. Aether and I were whispering in the boiler room, while 3 contestants were having a heated argument in this one. Which one do you think you'd rather pay attention to?
So that's why we went back to the boiler room.
Sorry for not filling you in on the whole thing, Aether. At the time, I wasn't actually sure that he could see us in there, so I wanted to disclose as little information as I could get away with. Now, though, positive 2 things. Are you listening, Sent?
Yes, go on.
Firstly, since you've gone to such great lengths to convince us that your messages were recordings, you must have had something to gain from us having us believe it.
And what else?
Since you're talking to us right now in real time, there's no way that you could be one of us.
I see. Do you think that means you've outsmarted me, Mr. Greer?
No, I think this means I've outsmarted your entire team.
I have no team, dear Stink. It's just me.
You're saying you built this place all on your own? Nice try, but I don't buy it.
You're correct in that I didn't build anything. However, I alone am responsible for this game's design. The layout, the puzzles, the contestant selection, these things were decided entirely by me. Labor is cheap, you see. Ideas are the only thing that matter in this world.
Tell yourself whatever helps you sleep at night.
I feel like I should remind you that you've done nothing to better your situation. You're still playing exit corners. Your lives still belong to me until you find the exit. Please don't let that little stunt you pulled go to your head. As the one who brought you here, I could crush you at any moment. Any moment at all.
Tell me, Cent, why did you bring us here?
I see no reason to answer that question.
I think we're entitled to know.
You are entitled to nothing.
Jesus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've grown rather tired of talking with you. There, I've unlocked the door. You'll just have to figure out the next room on your own. Or you could die.
He's not happy. Damn.
Good. Fuck him.
As soon as I start pressing for answers, he takes off. I can't believe he was watching us this whole time.
I can't believe Ink was the one to figure it out.
Oh, come on. You really have that little faith in me?
You haven't exactly impressed me thus far. It has been all of 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh, don't be so negative, Ray. Ink did well. Besides, don't you have something important to tell him? Oh? Like what?
For what it's worth, we weren't actually gonna throw you two back in the boiler room.
I had never in all my life do something like that. We wanted answers, that's all.
Thought at least one of you would fall for the threat and tell us what you were up to.
So just an empty threat? That's a relief.
I just hate being left in the dark.
It's cool, I understand. Though it's good to know that Cent isn't one of us. This raises even more questions.
Yeah. I mean, why was it necessary to pretend that his messages were recordings? There's the possibility that he did it so we'd fight amongst each other. If that were the case, why didn't he actually use recordings instead of pretending to? Who knows how long this game is? What if one of us dies or refuses to advance? What if one of us broke the rules somehow? Cent might have needed to change any given message at a moment's notice to fit his needs. Ugh, that's a pretty reasonable explanation, actually.
I guess he doesn't have things figured out as well as we thought.
That's right. I think Cent has much less power than he wants us to believe. And now that I know he ain't one of you, I have a feeling it'll be a lot easier to figure out what exactly he wants with us. Unless Liza would like to... Yep, there it is.
You're all idiots.
All of Liza's mistrust is now solely on us. Because obviously we put on a show.
Yeah, we were the one who staged it. Quote unquote. So what if Cent isn't one of us? It doesn't change anything. Someone here could still be an accomplice of his.
Oh, cool. They didn't go with the antagonistic bait. That's good.
Not this again. Please just cooperate with us. Otherwise, what? I don't think I'm gonna let my guard down so easily. That might be just what Cent wants. Don't think you can threaten me, Ink. She still thinks that one of us is an accomplice, even though she's clearly the most suspicious person here. Maybe I was wrong about her.
Liza...
Don't get all preachy with me. It won't work.
Please just listen to me for a sec. Ink put his complete trust in you to fool Cent, remember? Please, you could just place a little trust in him yourself.
What did I just say about getting preachy? Please, can we just cooperate till we get out of here? I want to help you, but that's going to be difficult if you keep acting the way you are. I don't suppose there's any point trying to argue with you. I'll play along for now.
Ink sighed. For a while, at least, he could relax around Liza.
Thank you, Liza. You have no idea how much easier this will make everything.
I'm happy to have you on board, Liza.
Happy to have me on board, huh? I don't believe that for a second. That's a... Ah!
Oh, I think the fingers are just chronic pain things. Okay, that's fine.
Oh.
She's not a robot.
Okay, that would make a little more sense. Huh? What's wrong, Liza?
Or, well, she is not 100% a robot. This is prosthetic.
Maybe, yeah. Ugh. Not this again.
Liza? Is something the matter?
I feel sick.
In a span of seconds, Liza's face drained of all its color. Ink could see dark red beads foaming at the corner of her lips as she started to cough.
So we have brain cancer and she has tuberculosis.
She put her arm over her mouth, but it did little to help.
Ugh.
The blood went everywhere. Still coughing, Liza fell to her knees. Ink could only stare in morbid wonder as her spasms grew worse and worse, whipping her tiny frame across the floor.
She's coughing up blood. Just like me. Oh, I thought we had a bloody nose.
Ink couldn't help but pity her. Whatever her affliction was, she was clearly in pain. As bad as he felt with her, Ink still had one big problem with Liza.
Damn it, what am I supposed to think about her? How does she fit into all of this? I can't stop thinking about our little elevator ride. Something still doesn't add up. Don't think I'm not onto you, Liza.
Neat. Our protagonist is not a complete idiot.
Kind of refreshing.
Kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the title of the next chapter, which we will have to get into next time. Because
Yeah.
I have run out of processing power.
No, I'm literally like falling asleep. Not that it's boring or anything like that. I am fucking exhausted. I was like falling asleep as I was reading the lines, and I was like, "Whoo, boy, I can't do another." Very fascinating though. I'm very curious where this is going.
Well, there goes any hope that Cent was maliciously innocent.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh, he is very.
no sense of ethics, but like unknowing of the harm that he's causing. No. He's fully aware.
No, yeah, clearly intentional.
He's a little control freak, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fun.
Anywho,
Well,
thank you for watching.
yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you're having a good one, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.